I'm gonna ask you, ladies, are men really different than we've ever been?
Yeah. I think social media has, and it's so crazy. This is the thing. It's like it's like candy. Whew, I gotta have it all. It's almost like when we talk about. I like to compare it to obesity, right? How you can't let that burger go. She big, but she can't say no to food. That's how men are with opportunity. They can't let it go. You know what I'm saying? They see it and it's like, oh, she gave me an opportunity, and it's like, ooh, 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 and nobody wants to. And then that's when manipulation comes in. It's like the chase. Everybody, men like to chase, right? And then they're the hunters. They get it and then they move on, but they're not thinking about when they get it and she's giving in because she feels like she likes you, what you're leaving behind, like what you did to her to pursue that and then leave. You know what I'm saying? The damage that's left behind. And it keeps happening over and over and over again. And it's all because of manipulation. It's all because of, and you're just leaving damaged people behind. It's just horrible right now.
What do
No,
you other
I can
ladies?
understand it. And the reason I brought up her makeup is I probably didn't make the clear juxtaposition. But what I was saying was if because that girl was she was gorgeous in the video, right? Now, if you attract somebody as that person and then they see you're not that person later, I don't know if they would stick around as if you were the same person you presented. That's the reason I brought up the makeup. Because if I pull up in a rented Ferrari and with some 7-inch shoe lifts in, and then I take them off, would you be inclined to stay around after I'm not the person that I presented to you? So that's that part. But to her mindset, I, it sounds tiring. She sounds really frustrated. She do sound like she out of it.
She tired. I feel
I
I don't think she was lying. She tired, y'all.
Do you think she could be like so? It's men that will worship the bathwater that she steps out of. Do you think she's giving those type of men a chance, or
Are you so let me ask you a question. People, this is the thing. When people say that, or do you give women you're not attracted to a chance? That goes both ways. People have to be
you're not
attracted.
talking about me?
You have to be attracted to your mate. But the great thing about attraction is what she may be attracted to may be totally different from what somebody else is attracted to. So everybody kind of gets a chance, right? It's just from different people. So what you're asking her to do, and men do this all the time, is to just be with a body just because it's a body, a willing body, right? But
Mm.
can you be with a willing body? Just be with a body. Because in that case, you be married. Every man has got a woman who was that woman who was a great woman they just wasn't attracted to, or whatever reason they weren't with her, right? Why did he date? Why did he marry her? Because it's got to be a little bit more than that, right? The same is the opposite. Now, what it seems like is she's not saying I'm not me. I think that what has happened is she's just coming up against people who are just not being honest. A lot of people who are just not being honest. End of discussion.
It
So
seems
dating so
Hearing that, and I promise you, this is no shade. Because I like the with I've heard B Taylor say the same thing, right? Like where it got to the point for her that she was done. She's opted out, right? And
Boys,
right. She opted out. And it sounds like that's the place that this young lady is at too. And I haven't just heard her say that. I think what they're experiencing, what she's saying, is the on the opposite end of what men are saying they're experiencing too. I think both are saying that they're frustrated with the options that are out here. And
mhm.
they'll rather, on a men's end, they'll rather just smash and pass and not be in a serious relationship because they can't seem to find the type of woman that they're looking for. And women on the other end are saying kind of the same thing. I'll just date around, or I'll just go out on dates and be wined and dine, but I don't find myself being able to find the mate that I would want to end up in marriage with. So I think if both people are seeing the same thing, I guess the question is, what are you doing as an individual to make changes, to become the person that you want to be with? Because I think a lot of time we're looking for the other person to kind of make all of these changes to be ready for us, as opposed to looking at the things that we need to change in ourselves, and then you may attract other people.
Where has this mistaken been?
I think.
This time off been good for you, ma'am.
Listen, you can be look. I think what happens is it don't matter how great a person you are. You can never be too great for the wrong person. Period. You can be a great. We've all seen it. Oh, she's a great woman. Oh, he's a great man. But if you got no takers, you can be the best. I mean, we got men on here. They're like, oh, I'm a man. I'm a leader. Why can't she? Because unfortunately, love is a complicated thing. It's more complicated than that. It doesn't have to be. We can do arranged marriages. You can never fall in love in the first place, and you wouldn't even know how love feels. And so you can be in la la land. Like, what's love? What's it got to do with this? But we've surpassed that at this point. So it's just not. How many times you've been out with great people and you're like, dang, that's a good person. Something there.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think we as men have actually changed really over since the beginning of time ever. I don't think we've changed much. Those that can sleep with as many women as those that have access to women sleep with women. Those that don't. I don't think that we've really changed that much. So when I listen to that video, I'm like, I got to thinking, what about women have actually changed? They've gotten quite a bit more access, quite a bit more rights, rightly so. I'm not saying that should not have occurred. Or I'm not going to express my opinion on the matter here on this panel. But and with that power, there's a responsibility that goes along. I'm rambling, but I just think that I don't see men as the ones that have changed. We've been consistent throughout the history of humans.
No,
Men have lied to get the box. That has always been the case since even I was this tall. Men have lied to get the box. That hasn't changed. Men with money get the box. That hasn't changed. Men with power get the box. That hasn't changed. Men have manipulated to get the box. That hasn't changed. The one consistent thing is about men is those that can get the box get it the way that they can get it. There's nothing different on planet Earth that has changed about men and the box.